Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you the pedigree. Just to understand this one from this video, I want you to know about the pedigree in general. Listen carefully and write notes while you are listening.
A pedigree is a diagram that shows how a trait is passed down through generations in a family. In a pedigree, circles represent females and squares represent males. Parents are linked together by a line. Their children are shown below them in a linked row. This pedigree shows how a cleft chin, which is a dominant trait, has been passed down from parents to offspring. Click each picture to discover more. This half green and half yellow square represents a male who has a genotype of CC, capital C and little c, and the dominant trait of a cleft chin. This parent could pass down either a dominant or recessive allele for this trait to his offspring. This yellow circle represents a female who has a genotype of CC, two little c's, and does not have a cleft chin. This parent can only pass down a recessive allele to each of her children. This half green and half yellow square represents a male child who has received the dominant allele for the trait from his father and the recessive allele for the trait from his mother. This child has a cleft chin. This yellow box represents a male child who has received a recessive allele for the trait from each of his parents. He does not have a cleft chin.
Okay, let's look at this one, sex-linked disorder.
Of an individual. Sex chromosomes don't just determine the sex of an individual. Sex chromosomes, and X chromosomes in particular, carry alleles that determine other traits. Sometimes these traits are associated with disorders. A sex-linked disorder is a disorder that is caused by a recessive allele that is carried on the X chromosome. Click each picture to learn more about sex-linked disorders.
Let's start.
Every woman has two X chromosomes, while every man has only one. Therefore, females are more likely to be carriers of a sex-linked disorder than to actually have the disorder. For a woman to have a sex-linked disorder, both of her X chromosomes must have the recessive allele. Since males have only one X chromosome inherited from their female parent, they only need one of the recessive alleles to have the sex-linked disorder. What are some sex-linked disorders? Hemophilia and colorblindness are excellent examples. People who have hemophilia have blood that does not clot easily. People with colorblindness have trouble distinguishing between different colors. If a woman who is a carrier of the hemophilia allele has children with a man who does not have the allele, there is a 50% chance that their male children will have hemophilia. There is also a 50% chance that their female children will become carriers for hemophilia. If a man with colorblindness has children with a woman who is not a carrier of the colorblindness allele, there is a 100% chance that their female children will become carriers. There is a 0% chance that their male children will be colorblind.
Also, so this one, an example, it shows how the sex-linked disorders, how they are related to the type of the chromosome, is X or Y. One, it's gonna be carrier, one when it's not. Okay.
You can use punnet squares
Let's look at
to
this.
predict the traits that offspring will inherit from their parents. Drag each offspring genotype into the correct area of the punnet square.
Let's look at this one here. The first compartment here, it shows like the first parent with the second parent allele from the first parent and the first allele from the second allele from the second parent. So it's gonna be T capital with T capital, right? There. Let's look at this one, T small with T capital. So it's gonna be T capital with T small. Sorry. Okay, look at this one, T capital with T small. It's gonna be. Oops. And the last one, T small with T small.
One allele from each parent is combined with one allele from the other parent to show the predicted genotypes of their offspring. Color blindness is a sex-linked disorder. The dark green color in this pedigree represents the allele for color blindness. Look at the pedigree and click the individual who has passed down the trait of color blindness to at least one offspring.
They passed, only they passed. Okay, so I'm going to pick this one.
Great job! A female carrier, identified by a half dark green circle, has passed color blindness to her sons, who are identified by green boxes.
Okay, look at the next one here.
How might a genetic counselor help a couple determine whether or not they could have a son with hemophilia? Type your answer in the box. When you are happy with your answer, click OK.
Okay, what do you think about this one? How might a genetic counsel? Some people they make like genetic analysis before they got married, or if they want to get a baby, if they have some sex-linked disorders. Okay, so here, or if they have any disorder like this. How do you think? I want you to think about this question and send me the answer for this question. Think about it. If you have any question about the Punnett square in general, you can send me your questions. Thank you for listening.